What's up, YouTube, baby? Jarvis words be the realest. You know, happy Halloween. But yeah, I wanted to come talk about that boy, Alpho Martinez. That boy finally got snuffed out. After all these years doing all this dirt and all the people that boy killed. He killed Rich Porter, Demencio, and a lot of more. And all the dirt that boy did over the course of his 55 years has came to an end 3 a.m. October 31st this morning. Somebody did a drive-by shooting on Alpho Martinez on Frederick Street in Harlem, New York. And what was he doing out at 3 a.m. in the morning anyway? In a big old red Dodge pickup truck. You know you was a target in the truck that big, man. But you know, Alpho, he always was flashy and like to be seen by everyone. So I'm not surprised. And I'm not surprised that Alpho was lit up this morning. You know, the dude got all that jail time and got out in 2015 for snitching on everybody. So they got people like Meech and everybody else who's still locked up. And Alpho was out of jail and in that shorter period of time. So we all know he snitched and ratted on somebody to be out. And you would think he would have enough sense not to go back to Harlem. What is you doing in Harlem, bro? You done did all this crime in Harlem. You done snitched on a lot of the people out there. And you just rolling around freely out here in Harlem, man. And a lot of people out there think New York sweet. New York ain't sweet. They got some people in New York that'll get at you. They'll light your wig up out there, man. I know some people from New York. You know, they think New York sweet, you know. I'm from the South and I know New York. They don't play no games up there. Especially in Harlem. You know, Harlem is a black section of New York. You know what I'm saying? And you know they got some go-getters in that area. But I want to know, why was Alpho Martinez out at 3 a.m. this morning and got hit up 5 times? And he crashed his vehicle and hit another parked car. And the police look like they was happy that this happened to Alpho. We can't blame this on nobody else but Alpho. Alpho did a lot of dirt in the street. When you do a lot of dirt in the street, you know, karma come back for you. The devil come back and collect at some point in your lifetime. So, you know, I can't feel a certain way for Alpho. He killed Rich Porter and did dirt to other people. You know what I'm talking about? Eventually, stuff will gonna come back. You just can't be out here doing dirt and not expect nothing to come back for you. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have any suspects at the moment. I don't think they probably would find the people that put this hit out on Alpho. It looked like it was clearly a hit. You know, he was out there moving freely in the streets like he couldn't be touched, and somebody touched that boy this morning. Let that be a lesson to you, all you people out there who doing dirt in the streets. I want to let you know that you can be touched. Alpho Martinez was touched this morning, bro. It's very unfortunate. You know what I'm saying? Who knows if the dude, if he snitched on everybody, so he probably would still be around if he moved somewhere like, moved down somewhere like maybe Texas or maybe even Arizona. He probably would have been good, but he wanted to stay in Harlem. To me, it seemed like he wanted to get killed. He wanted to die. You can't snitch on everybody and move back to the same area. It don't work like that, man. Somebody gonna put the hit out on you. That's what happened with this dude, Alpho Martinez, man. We all know Alpho. I know a lot of you don't watch Paid in Full. Alpho was portrayed by Cameron, the rapper. And some of the stuff in that movie was pretty accurate. and some wasn't. But Alpho, he was moving weight in New York back in the 80s and 90s. Then he went down to DC and took over that little market down there when Rayford Edmond got arrested and went to prison. So this dude got out of prison in 2015. And he was out in the streets, moving around, riding bikes, doing little interviews. I guess he thought nobody couldn't touch him. I guess he thought nobody could touch him. Let that be a lesson to you D-boys out there, you snitches out there. Never move back to the same place that you had history of doing dirt in. Because something can happen to you like what happened to this boy right here. Know what I'm saying? I can't feel a certain way for this dude, because a lot of people that he hurt, their family is still healing to this day. So it's hard to feel sorry for this dude. You know what I'm talking about? He was 55 years old. He still was moving like he was a 20-year-old. Let that sink in, folks. A 55-year-old still moving like a 20-year-old. He should have been somewhere laid back, chilling, probably living in Connecticut or Arizona or something like that, low key. He was still wide open out in Harlem. And you know, them boys in New York, some head hunters. They will knock your box off. That's apparently what happened to him this morning, 3 o'clock a.m. Man, you 55, you should have been somewhere in the house, in the bed. What you doing still out, man? This ain't the 90s no more, Alpho. You know? You should have been inside resting at 55 years old. I'm not saying dirt don't have an age, but you would think somebody around that age would know better. What are you doing out at that time in the morning, man? Somebody snuffed you out. And that's crazy. The police, I doubt they saw this, because they look like, the video I seen, they look like they were pretty happy that boy got lit up like that. You know what I'm saying? And Harlem is a very dangerous place. I done heard people like Charleston White and the other people call New York out, talking about they ain't about that. But you see, they about that. They took out Alpho. You know, you just can't go around saying somebody's city ain't about that when you ain't from there. You don't know how them boys coming, and you see how they coming when they took Alpho out this morning. And they got a lot of people that look up to Alpho. You know, all the street cats look up to Alpho. They had people still love Alpho. This was basically some kind of hit because of probably what he done back then, or somebody just put a hit out to just get him out the way. They probably heard somebody saying New York ain't gonna do nothing to Alpho, and somebody probably got tired of hearing it, and they probably set the hit out and got that boy knocked off. That's what that was. That's what I believe it was. Very unfortunate, like I said. If you don't been in prison doing those years, and you get out snitching on somebody, and you done sold coke and all that up in Harlem, and you come back to the same area that you most likely probably got a lot of enemies and things in, and then you survive all that stuff you did in the 80s and 90s up until October 31st, 2021 to get murdered. You know, that's the devil coming to collect. He came to collect that boy's soul today. Somebody knocked that boy's hat off. And that's crazy, man. New York, they wilding out there in New York, you know what I'm saying? I love New York. Shout out to New York. But this was personal. The way how many bullets it was, and the shots up in the glass, that were personal. Somebody really put a hit out on that boy. And all I can say, they finally got the dude. I ain't say I was looking. I ain't say I'm wishing that on him, but I figured something like that was gonna happen. It was very sooner or later this was gonna happen. I'm not surprised at all. Alpho Martinez got gunned down 3 a.m. this morning, October 31st, 2021. May he rest in peace. And I'm not the one to judge. That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all holler at me. Peace.